Just like to say welcome to all. I'm about to do a weekly spread from the 29th of June to the 5th of July for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. That's Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Welcome to Rita's Intuition. I will be using a number of card spreads today. I will be using some zodiac signs. I'll be using the Romance Angels, the Kipper deck, just to give some basis on what we might find in the read. I'll then do a 9-card spread with the Psychic Oracle, supported by the Rider-Waite Tarot, and then clarified by the Lightseers Tarot. So please hope that you're able to stay with me on the journey. This is a collective reading for the sign of Scorpio, therefore it may not resonate with all. Please don't make it fit. However, if it resonates, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you very much. First of all, I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Romance Angels. This is just to identify if this does become a love reading for the week of the 29th of June to the 5th of July. This will give us some understanding of the background of that. This is love and relationships. Holy Spirit can give me 3 messages that may be 3 cards that may be relevant to the reading for this week, for the 29th of June to the 5th of July, for the zodiac sign of Scorpio, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Thank you very much. 3 cards, please, for Scorpio. Please and thank you. Right, so the overall energy is release your ex, Scorpio. So are you releasing your ex or are you not releasing your ex? Right, so the first one was keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Finances and career came out next. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And it might not be your direct love life. If it's not you, it might be the person that you're involved with or the person you're hoping to be involved with. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So it sounded contradictory in terms of release your ex and then give your relationship a chance, but I don't think it is, because it says keep an open mind. So this might be giving the new relationship a chance. Right, I'm going to take some cards from the Kipper deck. Please, angels and spirit guides, for the week commencing the 29th of June to the 5th of July. Please give us any information within the Kipper deck that might support the reading that's about to come out for Scorpios, please. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Three cards, please, for Scorpio. Please and thank you. Oh, I've got to learn to keep this on the table. That's too many. It dropped upside down, so I don't even know what it is. 2 more cards. Yeah, thank you. That was quick. Main male is at the bottom of the deck. Occupation, poverty. And pathway. Okay. This may relate to you, may not, but the poverty card and occupation may tie into the finances and career affecting your love life. So in terms of, I mean, it can go either way. I think both in this day and age, both women and men are affected by their occupation and their finances. But if you're a main male, the main male cards come up. So if you're a female Scorpio dealing with a main male, either he could be going through financial difficulties, and this may be a factor in your relationship that's coming about, or you may have difficulties in your occupation and poverty, and you may be reluctant to want to get with this person. But the cards are saying give this relationship a chance to both parties. Right, so I'm going to now pull some horoscope cards to see if there's any key signs that come out for the collective. Please remember this is a collective reading for the star sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and therefore won't resonate with everybody. But as I go along the spread, please feel free to switch the roles. Right, angels and spirit guides, please give me some cards that may identify any star sign involved in this spread for Scorpio from the 29th of June to the 5th of July 2020. Please and thank you. Okay, so none of these cards want to come out. Scorpio is dealing with every sign, it seems. I'll do 3 more shuffles. Angels and spirit guides, please. The last one. Okay, I think there might be too much signs involved in Scorpio, so I'll just keep the Scorpio card out. Right, so I'll do a 9-card spread. Angels and spirit guides, please give me 9 cards to highlight what's going on for Scorpio for the 29th of May to the 5th of July. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. I've done a past, present and future reading. Recent past, present and near future reading for all the zodiac signs, so I may upload that as well. Right, can I get 9 cards for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for week commencing the 29th of June to the 5th of July. Please and thank you. Please give me clear messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. some of these cards down. Okay. Right, so at the bottom of the deck is the light card, so the sun, which is a very positive card. So this is stepping into your light, basically. Stepping into your happiness and fulfillment. Right, throughout the read, I'll go into cards. Right, so as I go on, I'll highlight the cards as they would be in the original tarot deck, just for your own purposes, if you want to know, as well as the cards that are laid out in front of me. So for the week ahead, for the 29th of June to the 5th of July, obviously the whole being is about light, it's about sun, about finding your happiness, Scorpios. And it starts the week with financial and material changes. Now that's the Five of Pentacles. The original tarot will show that card as being left out in the cold. But on the positive note, it could be you leaving someone else in the cold. And I'm not saying that's positive, but when you think about being left out of the cold financially from a situation, that can be somewhat concerning, but it may not be you. It may be you deciding to release someone else, putting someone else out in the cold, and that may affect your income, Scorpio. Because the next card we've got is the base chakra, and the base chakra is not on the original tarot deck, so it is just a chakra card. But this chakra focuses on sense of security. It's like the survival card. It's like meeting your basic needs, taking care of yourself, ensuring your welfare. It's like having a home, a roof over your head, food on the table, means to survive. So it's like the survival chakra. It's about having them means to stabilize yourself and having that sense of security. Then you've got the truth card. The truth card would be the judgment card. It's about having an inner knowing. And how that relates is quite interesting, because Scorpios are very, this is not meaning to be any, giving my own opinion, they're prideful, they're strong, they're and I think that even what I say is not really going to be bad. It's that Scorpios have a sense of being, they have a sense of pride, and for this journey, this seems like a very big journey, and I don't know if it's all the retrograde planets that's happening now, but it seems that Scorpio is stepping into another light. And I say another light, and then you've got the light card here, and underneath that you've got the death and rebirth card, the transformation card. And I think that that's what the cards are telling me about Scorpio. It's like a new journey for a Scorpio, in a sense that there's a financial change. You've decided to, I believe you've decided to walk away from something. And that's probably released, that might be something to do with releasing your ex. And it also could be about occupation and poverty. You could be the main male. You could be the main male. So this may reach out to the Scorpio males more than the females. I don't know. But it seems like you're going on a new pathway, because there's a sense of security after someone being left out in the cold. So I'll assume that you've either walked away or you've left someone out in the cold, but it's impacted you, and you're going to consider your own security. You're going to take charge of your own welfare in order to have a base of your own happiness. And I think, obviously, in the relation of being a main male, so if you are the main male, or you're a Scorpio female dealing with a main male, I think it's taking the position that you're going to take care of yourself. So how you may see a partnership and one partner does something and the other partner does something else, and they come together. So there might be a traditional environment where the man does certain things, or you may be a traditional person where you have certain expectations of your partner. This is saying to me that you're taking them expectations on yourself. You want to be secure within yourself without the reliance of someone, or you want to be in the position where you're creating your own happiness, you're creating your own sense of stability. Yes, you will partner with someone, but you want to have your own base. You're thinking about your own security and your own welfare. And that ties into the Truth card, which is the Judgment card in the original tarot deck. And what I have noticed for you, Scorpio, is that we have how many cards on the table? We have 10 cards, so 9 cards plus the base card of light. We have 10 cards on the table, and 8 of them are major arcanas. This is a spiritually this is a destined path. This is spiritually guided. I think that apart from the financial and material changes in the card down here that I'll mention shortly, every other card on the deck is either a major arcana card or a base chakra. So it's about your internal being, which means I think this is divinely guided, that you're actually stepping into a place where the spirit and the angels want you to be able to take care of your own welfare. I'm not sure whether it means that in some way you've been financially tied to someone and therefore financially controlled or maybe manipulated based on having that financial tie, and it's about you taking that risk to leave everything that you have, or leave the majority of what you have, in order to step into your own path, so you're in control of your own happiness and it's not reliant on somebody else. I don't know, that's the message I'm getting, and I understand it won't relate to everybody. And obviously we'll get more information when I pick up the supporting and clarifying cards. But yes, you're stepping into your own truth, and you've got a spiritual awareness, a divinely guided spiritual awareness, where it's like you've had an epiphany and you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do in order to make yourself happy. You know where you need to head, and you know what needs to be fulfilled for your internal well-being. And then you got the Wisdom card, and the Wisdom card is the Hierophant. So that's about marriage and partnership. So if you see the behind, you've got a house there. So it could be about marriage, about going back, turning around to go back to a property that you've left, or a family that you've left. There's a family there. Or it could just be about having that wisdom. This Hierophant card is not only about, it's sort of the male version of the High Priestess, but it's also about traditions and commitment. So there might be a family you're choosing to commit to. You might have come out of a financial situation and said, I'm leaving that financial situation because my happiness lies with in this. But you couldn't have taken your happiness in this previously because of the financial ties, and you decided to let it go, even if it changes your path financially. It's like you've had an epiphany about what matters to you. I don't know whether this is all the retrograde planets and things that have impacted you in a lot that's gone on in the year so far. But this card, the Wisdom card, particularly talks about the student becoming a teacher. So you've gone through a journey where you've been learning and learning, you've been observing, you've been taking into account, but sometimes you do that without even knowing you're the student. But it gets to that point where the wisdom has grown so far, the experiences have been so much, the spiritual journey has taken you so far that you're seeing the truth. And once you've been the student for so long, you've observed so much, and you start to see the truth in your spiritual being and what makes you tick, what makes you happy, you become the teacher. You're able to teach other people, and not only are you able to teach other people, you've taught yourself. You've grown to a level higher than what you've ever been in terms of your belief in yourself and so on. The next card is Choose Wisely. What's that? That's the why can I not remember? It's not the Pentacles. It's not the Pentacles. It's not the... It's Cups. That's it. Sorry. The Seven of Cups. So choose wisely. So you've got options. So you've got to this stage of wisdom. You've stepped out of that stage and you're realising that you've got options. But this card's telling you to choose wisely. Or maybe this is why the Wisdom card comes just before. Because you're now in a position where you can choose wisely. Maybe you've had these choices the whole time, or maybe you've wanted these choices the whole time, but financial commitments to possibly your ex has tied you up, and the concern about your occupation and possible poverty. And I don't mean think it really means poverty, but it means a change in your material changes. But you might have had these options, but you've never really actually took into consideration these options because you never really had the opportunity to. It was like a dream. But now you're in that teacher position, you know, in your inner truth, you're able to be in that position where you can make a choice. And the solar plex chakra, so you've got another chakra card coming up now. And the solar plex chakra is about your internal knowing, your internal being. It's that chakra deep within you that is sort of like your psychic abilities, your intuition is telling you which choice to make. You're able to step into your own intuition. You're able to actually take note of all the thoughts you've had. I don't think these are new thoughts, Scorpio. I think these are things that you dismiss because of your, what's the word? Obligations or your commitments. So you may have certain obligations and commitments that kept you financially tied in order to meet them obligations. And when you're stepping out and thinking, oh, we'll start from the basics to make sure that my basic needs are met, and then I will grow the rest. And your idea of what happiness is has changed. And so I think what's happening in your solar plexus chakra is that it's lightened up. I think that what was there was always there. It was you, it's your higher being. But it's about stepping away from that low vibrational energy of needing others and actually stepping into, what am I feeling? What do I feel? What must I have? What do I need? What do I want? What is good for me? And I think that's where you're getting to. And that ties in perfectly to the fact that you've got the intuition card next, following your intuition. So you've had the spiritual judgment, you've got the wisdom, you've got the solar plexus chakra, and then you go into intuition. This is the high priestess. This is about believing. This is about knowing that you're right, knowing what's best for you, trusting in your beliefs, trusting in your knowledge, trusting in what you think and what you feel. And then you go in, and then the solitude card. And the solitude card is about, it's the hermit card. So it's about going into sort of isolation, going into into your own shell, in order to review things, in order to take things. It's like stopping for us. It's similar to the hangman in the sense that you're stopping. The hangman is no movement at all in a sense, but this is more like you're stopping to take, to reflect on all the learning. So you're stopping to look at all of this, along with the rest of the things, so your choices. As long as the choices, you're considering your security, you're thinking about your spiritual knowledge now, you're looking at your choices that you have in front of you, and you're also looking at your solar plex and your intuition, as in your higher being, what do you feel internally? But you're using that and you're tying that to your wisdom. So you're becoming very all-rounded, Scorpio. Like you're stepping into a new journey, and that's what you're going to be looking at as the Hierophant, where you're understanding, you're putting things together. You're looking for a book and you're putting things together. You're working out what it is that you need and want, what from the past you didn't really consider that you should have considered, what takes you forward. So you're thinking of it from a positive mindset. Is what have you learned and what do you need based on what you learned, and how have you felt, and what is your inner being telling you. And then you've got the disruption card. So I don't know whether that's disruption from someone else who is not happy about your chosen path, about you finding your light, about you finding your own internal happiness, or whether you're causing that tower by being happy. I mean, if you have had some ties to someone and someone's been able to financially control you or manipulate you based on income and finances, and then you've stepped out of that journey and you don't need that anymore, and they may then be the tower, or you may then be causing them a tower. It may be a tower moment for all, because the tower is like when things ain't built on strong foundations. So if that person or if someone around you had you tied financially, that wasn't a strong foundation, it was a forceful commitment. So by you not caring about the financial element, which is the one thing they've got to tie you, it's going to cause a tower moment. But not all tower moments are negative, as that just shows. So I'm going to get some clarification, some supporting cards, just to make sure that we're getting the right message. And I think this is why there was no star sign cards that came out. I think that this is a journey for you. This week is about finalising your own journey, Scorpio. And I think obviously even if there is somebody that is tied to you financially that you're actually releasing, this reading ain't so focused on them. It's your journey this week. It's your journey into your light, into your happiness. So I think you possibly are the main male for many. And if you are a female, you can still be classed as the main male if you're taking charge, if you're the person in charge of your life. But yeah, you've got the pathway card there. You've got the main male, poverty and occupation. So you're on a new pathway. And maybe giving up your occupation has put you in a sense of poverty. And when I say poverty, I don't mean poverty. I just mean that it may be a big change to your lifestyle and what you was able to provide for yourself before. Thank you, spirits, guides. Please, thank you for giving me such a clear message for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Could you please give me a supporting card for financial and material changes, please? That's 3 cards. Look, you're holding on. You're holding on to what you've got left. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're holding on to what you've got left. That's the overall energy. Is trying to hold on to what you can as you move forward. So I think you're releasing something. You are releasing your ex, who there was possibly a financial commitment, a joint occupation, in order to move forward. And obviously finances and career affecting your love life, because if it is an ex-person that you're in business with and you want to move on to real happiness, you're not happy there, you want to move on to real happiness, then finances and career would be affecting your love life. And also if moving on means that you're going to be in poverty and have difficulty compared to what lifestyle you're used to, then yeah, finances and career would have an impact on your love life. But the overall energy is that release your ex, and that the 10 of Cups is dropping. So yeah, you want to move forward into your own happiness. But yeah, you're holding on to what you've got left. You're trying to protect what you've got left. But the cards that come out was feeling imprisoned. You're feeling imprisoned. You're feeling trapped in fear. In whatever situation you was in, you was trapped in fear because you knew that you was financially tied to that situation and it would possibly put you in poverty. So you've been trapped in fear. And I think that you're coming out of that, because the next card is the 10 of Pentacles. So there's some sort of, you've trapped, I think there is someone that you've had a relationship with as well. So I don't think it's just a financial commitment, but you've been trapped in fear about losing your financial stability, which impacts your family, such as kids and things like that. But you've got the Fool card up next, which shows that you're willing to take a risk. So Scorpio, you're taking a risk this week. You're going to step out of that fear of losing your financial abundance and take a risk and see where it takes you. So can I get some supporting cards for base chakra, please? Supporting cards for base chakra for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Right, Hanged Man. But the 6 of Pentacles is in reverse. So you're hanging around, you're thinking. So I think you can take this risk, but you're hanging around and you're thinking. But the 6 of Coins in reverse means that, like I said, you're trapped in fear of the financial impact of you losing this relationship. So you're going to step out of it. You're going to leave it because you need to release your ex. Even it says by the spirit guides say the time has come to clear your energy. So there is some negative energy there. So you're doing the right thing, but you're trapped in fear about the financial implications on that and how it affects your kids. And that just shows there. You either think that it's not an equal give or take, but you think that in order to meet your basic security, you'll need to step out of a position where you can afford to share your income. And that may be why the 4 of Coins came up. So you may feel some sort of tightness to your income and your ability to actually support others in the way that you've done so far, because you need to consider your security first. And that may be a concern, that you're not sure if you can actually manage your own security in leaving that relationship. So can I have a supporting card for the truth, please, for Scorpio? Supporting card for the truth for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yep. You're reviewing everything. You're reviewing it, and you're on your spiritual journey. So you're spiritually enlightened, and you're looking back at everything. And you're reviewing where you've planted your seeds and where you want it to go. And once again, the overall card of the energy, the overall card of the deck was the Sun card, the light card, and the Sun card's come up here again in part of your spiritual journey, and it's the truth. You've seen your inner truth. You've seen what makes you happy, and I think that these cards feel like clarification cards, even though they were just supporting cards to make sure we got the overall message. But yeah, the Judgment card is about knowing your inner truth. The Ace of Swords have come out about being within your truth, and the Sun cards come out like the overall card of the deck is saying happiness. You're moving towards happiness, Scorpio. You know what makes you happy. You're seeing the truth. You know what makes you happy. You're moving towards it. You're reviewing. You might be doing some planning about how to get there based on your circumstances, the change of circumstance, and you change your financial wealth. But you're going there. You know what makes you happy. So can I have a supporting card for the Wisdom, please? Supporting card for Wisdom. Wisdom, motivation to move forward. You know that you've been through a lot. That you can't get rid of what you've been through, but you have that persevere. You have that motivation to move forward. You have that motivation to go on the journey. You've got the wisdom. You've got the wisdom, and you're motivated to go and use that wisdom and move forward. And then you're looking at your options and how to move forward. So yeah. So can I have one supporting card for Choose Wisely, please? Thank you. Wish fulfillment. That card shouldn't be there. It's not even the deck card. But wish fulfillment. A new beginning. Wish fulfillment. You want to set roots somewhere else. You want a new journey. You're choosing wisely for a new beginning. You're letting go of that ex. You're keeping open in mind, and you're moving forward for wish fulfillment. Can I have a supporting card for solar plex chakra? A supporting card for solar plex chakra, please. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leaving someone out in the cold. Your inner being's telling you what to do. Oh. Okay. So now I feel different, because up here it was leaving somewhere in the cold. You was feeling blocked about a family life. You're taking a risk. But down here I'm getting something different, and what I'm getting different could relate to something up here. Now, I do still believe in what I'm saying about you're taking a risk that may leave you in poverty. So I still think that's relevant. But I think also, I'll just say it here because I think that's still relevant. But I think you're looking back. You've chosen wisely, looking for wish fulfillment, and you've realised that your wish fulfillment may be with someone that you've left out in the cold. So where you've left someone out in the cold here, but I think this is your current person. You've left someone out in the cold here. As your current person, and you're feeling blocked because it will change your finances, but you want to take a risk. Yeah, but also I could say here that you left someone out in the cold previously. You're feeling a bit trapped in fear about trying to offer them a family life, but you're taking the risk. But I still think that you have left your current person. You've ended things with your current person because you want to move forward with someone else. But it will have a financial impact on you. And the reason why I say that is because the solar plexus chakra is about your internal feelings, your knowing, your inner being. Actually, when I first mentioned this card, I said it was about something you always knew. It was something that was always inside you, something you always believed in, something you always knew, but something you never acted on because finances and other things always took precedence because it matched your commitment. So you didn't give in to what was inside you. And I said that, and I think what was inside you is that you've given up on someone in the past. So this is a past person now that you've given up on. And I think this is an option card about choose wisely for wish fulfillment. You have many options. You've got 7 cups there. And I think here, this is what clarified the solar plex. So you've got the options card again. So choose wisely card again. The 7 of cups. But you've chose what you want, and what your inner being's telling you want is that it's someone out someone that you left out in the cold, someone that you could have stabbed in your back, in their back, someone that may have been the high priestess. Yeah? And you want to charge forward and get that person because you want a happy family. This person is your person, and you want to celebrate with this person. You want to move towards this person in your Empress state, because this person is wish fulfillment. Sorry, I just went off there, but it just felt like the cards were telling me to keep on picking them up. Because it could also mean that this person was a previous lover. You want to move forward for happiness with this person now. This person might have been a previous person that you just saw as a lover, and therefore had them in third parties. But you're rushing towards them now. You want to rush. Wish fulfillment is telling you to rush towards that person. That person is a high priestess. And you've left them. You left them out in the cold. You stabbed them in their back by leaving them out in the cold. And you want to return to them. You want to, your choices, your choose wisely, your wish fulfillment, your choice, your choose wisely is to take that person that you left out in the cold previously out of single status. You're watching that person. This is a single person, living good, taking care of things, managing things well, happy, achieving what she needs to achieve, quite happy. Obviously she wants a partner, but she's not torn either way. But that in reverse means that someone don't want her to be single. And I think that's what you're saying, Scorpio, is that there's someone you don't want to be single. And then you move on to the intuition card, which is the High Priestess card. That is your intuition. Your intuition. I don't know whether it's your intuition, so we'll check. Now get a supporting card for intuition for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please and thank you. The Devil. The Devil and the World. The Temperance. And I think some people say the Devil's really bad, and we'll clarify that later. But I'm not getting that. I'm getting that lover's energy again. That passion. That almost toxic, that almost obsessive. And I think that the reason why I'm going for obsessive is that, and I don't mean obsessive in a terrible way, but this person can change your world. This person is so intuitive. You're so attracted to this person. You're seeing everything you didn't see before. And you're even seeing some things that you did see before. With that solar plex chakra that I mentioned, you're seeing some of the things that you did see before, but you just didn't, you unconsciously saw it, subconsciously. So it was in there and it was taken in, but you never had time to actually reflect on what you were seeing. It's like that thing where you go back to something and it's bothering you, but you haven't actually looked at it in the light of day and actually looked at it and analysed it properly because you just haven't had the time, and it's not really that visible in your life. But I think that devil energy is about you've got that passion. And if this is vice versa, switch the roles if you need be. If you're not the person, it might be your person feeling like this about you. But what I'm getting is that there's an intuitive person. There's someone that sees things. There's someone that you've realised is intuitive. Someone that you realise was on a journey, and when you look back at all their actions, you look back at what they're doing, you look back at what they were saying, you look back at their reactions to things, and you realize that you was basing their reactions on the low vibrational energies that you may have been around, or the other person has not realized. If you're if it's switched around, the other person that you're involved with, Scorpio, for instance, they've been around so much low vibrational energies. And I'm not saying low vibration, it's just what's become the norm is that when you were stepping into your power and dealing with this person a certain way, this person thought that you was the difficult one because everyone else was the same. Even if they had different arguments with everyone else, the arguments were generally on the same level of conversation, on the same level of feedback. Whereas if you had something to say, you appeared to be the difficult one because you wasn't sounding like everybody else. And what they've realised is that you was intuitive, you was on a higher level. They've realised now that they've stepped into their truth, they've got their wisdom, they're stepping into their light, and they're waking up their internal chakras. And when they've got to that high vibrational place of themselves, of their own being, and they've looked round at people at them, the only person they can think that they can relate to is you now. And it's like an epiphany that they're waking up and thinking, oh my gosh, wow, that person was that person all along. That person was way ahead of me. Like, I used to think that I was in charge, that I knew better, and that person was difficult, but that person wasn't being difficult. That person was ahead. That person was high vibrational, because now I'm on my high vibration. I actually understand that person. Sort of like that. So I think it's more of a passionate devil here. A more passionate, and more of a lover's devil. Like, you've got the lover's chain there. They've got a keen passion for you now. They've got a awakened drive for you now. That's what I'm getting. It's the world. It's a change. It's a change of world. It's a change of perspective. I don't think the world card would be there if it was intuition and the devil. Well, then intuition and devil could be manipulation in a sense, but high priestess and devil. But that's if the magician came out, that'd be more what I'd be feeling. But this is someone actually waking up their crown chakra, going by their internal being that knowledgeable person, and knowing how they feel. I think they're awakening to seeing the beauty in the other person that has been there all along. Just didn't realise. Sorry, can I get a supporting card for solitude? Yeah, they can't sleep at night. I think it's either you, Scorpio, if you're the person that's realised that this person that you're interested in is an angel, or a spiritual person, or it's the other person, if it's the other person that's realised how much they didn't spot what was in you. And that's where this person's going back into research, going into hermit mode, thinking what I can do to make it up. What can I do to get back in there? How can I fix things? And I need to probably tell the truth, because the truth will at least set me free. If you don't get what you want from the truth, at least eventually it will set you free, because you'll be in a position where, or the other person will be in a position where... I do apologise, the video cut off. So yeah, I think that someone's losing some sleep. I'm not sure if angels and spirits want me to leave that one alone. But yeah, so can I get a supporting card for disruption, please? Supporting card for disruption. Not sure I'm going to post the Scorpio reading now. I'll have to wait and see. Supporting card for disruption. Please, angels and spirit guides. Tower moment, by being blocked, stabbed in the back. Not sure what to do. The tower is that after all of this that you've worked out, you're not sure how to proceed after you stab that person in the back, but you're seeing the light. You're still seeing the light. So we'll look further into it with the Light Seers Tarot deck. Hopefully I'm able to load both parts of the video. If not, I'll have to do it all again. I'll get some clarification on financial and material changes. The Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Four, please. The Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. No, that's too many cards. Thank you, please, and thank you. Yeah, going into meditation about how to do it. Been meditating. Can I get some clarification on base chakra and Six of Pentacles in reverse, please, and thank you. Yeah, Ten of Cups, yeah, working hard, and you're worried about your family. Like I said, not being able to give to your family, your children, or the fact that you've not shared with your children or your family in the way that you possibly would have wanted to. Truth, can I get some clarifications for Truth, Ace of Swords, and the Sun, please. The Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus.
Ten of Cups. Yeah, you know who your Ten of Cups is. You want your family. And there was the Love card trying to drop out. And Temperance. Right, so I'm going to get some clarification for Wisdom and the Nine of Wands. Hermit. So you're going into Hermit here, Hermit there. You've got the wisdom, you've got the motivation, and you're going into Hermit mode to work out how to motivate, how to move forward. And that's going to help you choose wisely to get wish fulfillment. You've got the Victory card here as well. Don't know when that dropped out. But you've got the Victory card as well, your wisdom, that you know you need to go into Hermit mode to get victory. You're motivated to get your victory. You've got the wisdom. And once again, the bottom of the deck is for happiness. You've got your light. The light again, the happiness, the Sun card. Can I get a supporting card for choose wisely and wish and Nine of Cups? Choose wisely and Nine of Cups. The World, Queen of Cups is your world. You're wishing for the Queen of Cups. For that love, that lovely person. You want to share your love. And for you, for some of this might be you being a Scorpio card, so it may be for you. Being a water sign card, it may be for you. But yeah, you want to give your love, you want to surrender to love and change your world for wish fulfillment. Can I get some clarifications for solar plex? The solar plex chakra. Right, so there's communication there, some sort of communication. And yeah, as I said, solar plex, your inner being wants you to give up them options. You realise that you want to take that person out of singlehood because you want to create a family, the Four of Wands. You want to live in a family because that person's your Empress. Yes, you're going to come rushing towards her. I did take the Nine of Swords before. So you're going to come rushing, you're going to go rushing, or the person's going to come rushing to you because they realise you're the Empress. Either way, you're going to get your wish fulfillment. Well, I say it's your wish fulfillment, it depends. But yeah, it's either you're doing the chasing, you're going to take someone else out of being single because you want the family life, that person's your Empress, and you're going to rush in there to get that person back. Or it's the other way round, that person's going to be rushing into you because they want that family life and they want you to be the Empress. So it may be someone you've had children with. There's the Empress card there, the birth. Can I get some clarification cards, please? Intuition and the Devil, please. Some clarification cards for Intuition and the Devil. Yeah, Hanged Man again. Yeah, because someone's looking back at what they left and they want to work towards it now. They're in Hanged Man energy about how to do it, but they're walking towards something that they've left. They've got a high level of passion for something that they've left behind. Their intuition's telling them that they should work at what they left behind, that it was there all along. So they're having memories of that cup. They've got all them cups around them. They're having memories of that cup that they disregarded. Can I get some clarification for solitude? Some clarification of the solitude and the Nine of Swords, please. Some clarification for solitude and the Nine of Swords, please. Wish fulfillment and the Hierophant, the marriage card. I'm sure the Hierophant came out around the same place last time. The Hierophant, the marriage card. You're thinking about what you can do. You realise that's your person. You're spiritually inclined. This is the High Priestess here. You've got the wish fulfillment, the Hierophant. You're up in your head about someone, or someone's up in their head about you. We can get the Disruption card, clarification for disruption, and the Two of Swords, please. Some clarification for disruption and the Two of Swords. Justice. So balancing the scales. So it's about holding on and moving towards someone. Holding on to what you've got, and I think the holding on card came out at the bottom of the deck before. Holding on to what you've got and moving towards someone, but being a bit not sure by the end of the week how to do that. But you want to balance the scales. You want to provide justice. You want to provide justice. Thank you. Thanks.